What's good, YouTube? It's your boy, Blue Blood Sports TV, back at y'all with another one. So, we got great news, very interesting news. As the World Boxing Association, better known as the WBA, has informed me that pound for pound king, 4 division world champion, 2 division undisputed world champion, and reigning WBA junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Terrence Bud Crawford, has not and does not intend to vacate his WBA 154-pound title, nor do they intend to strip him of his 154-pound WBA title when he moves up to 168 in September to face off against another first ballot Hall of Famer, another 4 division world champion, another undisputed world champion who is on the verge of becoming a 2-time super middleweight undisputed world champion in Saul Canelo Alvarez, Mexican superstar boxer, at 168. And so I reached out to the WBA because we got word that the World Boxing Organization, better known as the WBO, has stated that Terrence Crawford vacated his position as the mandatory for the WBO, which they now inserted Puerto Rican star title contender Xander Zayas in that position. And now he has been ordered to face off against the unified WBO WBC junior middleweight champion and towering inferno, Sebastian Fundora. And they have till April 8th to come to an agreement. With that said, Terrence Crawford did an interview and he hinted at a possibility to come back down to 154 to fight for undisputed, right? And ironically enough, former 3-time junior middleweight world champion, former undisputed junior middleweight world champion, superstar boxer, Jermell Ironman Charlo, he has announced his comeback to 154 pounds. And what's interesting is they're looking to set up a massive showdown between Jermell Charlo and Sebastian Fundora, who are both with the Premier Boxing Champions. And the odd man out is Batram Mataliev, the undefeated IBF junior middleweight champion. But they're trying to set that up. So we could see a scenario in which Jermell Charlo fights for the WBA junior middleweight interim title. Well, he's the WBA champion in recess, right? Or he's the number one in line. So he can petition to get an opportunity to fight for that belt back. He'll fight for the interim. Then Terrence Crawford will be ordered to fight Jermell Charlo. This is a fight that has been in the making for quite some time. Now, Jermell Charlo was able to fight and beat Sebastian Fundora, become the unified WBO WBC champion should Sebastian Fundora beat Xander Zayas. Now we talking. And if Jermell Charlo was able to fight and beat Batram Mataliev and become the unified 3-belt champion, right? If he gets active, that would open up the door for a possible showdown with Terrence Crawford and Jermell Charlo for undisputed, right? Now, this could be wishful thinking on the part of me because I've been wanting to see Jermell Charlo and Terrence Crawford fight, and I always thought that Jermell Charlo was the best 154-pounder in the world. I do think he beat Sebastian Fundora, and it hit me. I thought about it. Maybe Jermell Charlo took time off so that he can allow his body, because he was the guy that jumped up from 54 to 68 to challenge Canelo, and he lost. He got dropped in the 7th round, and he lost the fight. And Terrence Crawford said he wasn't a lion, he was a cub. He didn't put his best foot forward. And he announced that he wanted to fight Terrence Crawford. He took time off. That was September 2023. And I'm like, what's going on with Jermell Charlo? But then it dawned on me. Maybe Jermell Charlo was taking time off to allow his body to reset, to be able to go back down to 154 to acclimate to 154 pounds. instead of rushing his body, dramatically dropping the muscle mass and the weight to go to 54 and not having the reflexes and have his body depleted. That might have been a smart move on the part of Jermell Charlo. So with that said, I think Jermell Charlo beats Sebastian Fundora. Him versus Batran Mataliev is extremely interesting fight. It's said that he could fight Jesus Ramos in July. Well, that lengthens the time where him and Terrence Crawford fight. Well, maybe they fight, but it won't be for Undisputed. But Terrence Crawford wants to be a 4-division Undisputed champion. And I don't see Terrence Crawford coming back down to 54 should he beat Canelo and having 2 more fights at 154. Right? He would have to beat, let's say Jermell Charlo beats Sebastian Fundora. He's the WBC, WBO champion. And Terrence Crawford fights and beats Jermell Charlo. Now he has 3 belts. He still would have to fight and beat Batran Mataliev. At 38 years of age, I just don't see Terrence Crawford doing that. But he hinted at he can possibly physically do it. Now, another thing is, shouts out to the boxing club, my brother L-Dub Boxing, because he stated to me, he said, why don't Terrence Crawford just vacate the belt? And I said, I think that Terrence Crawford wants to hold on to the belt to create as much leverage as possible. Reason being, he don't want the PBC politics to stand in the way and prevent him from getting the opportunity to fight for Undisputed. If he vacates the belt, he's going to have to play the politic game. But if he's fully the WBA super champion at 154, then he got leverage to make those fights, because Jermell Charlo is going to want, first of all, Jermell Charlo wants to fight Terrence Crawford. Second of all, Jermell Charlo is going to want that belt, right? And he ain't going to allow Jermell Charlo is not going to allow the politics to stand in the way, period. So this is interesting, man. But what y'all think about it? Drop a comment in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. Follow me on Instagram at Blue Blood Sports TV, all one word. I'm gone. Peace.